CSV files are one of the simplest ways to store data, but they are not always the easiest way to explore it. You can open CSV file in Google Sheets, manually select columns, choose a chart type, and adjust the visualization. That works for quick analysis, but the process becomes more difficult when you need an interface that will be included in real product. Claude Code can help you turn static CSV file into interactive data visualization without manually building everything. To demonstrate how it works, I will build a sales revenue chart. Imagine that you have a CSV file with monthly sales data from a few acquisition channels. I will create an interface that lets user see how the total revenue changes over time, filter the data by acquisition channel, inspect actual values using a tooltip, and use chart both on desktop and mobile. It's also important to define a tech stack for the project upfront. For my example, I will use rechart because it provides reusable React chart component. First step, add CSV to your project. Good product design starts with good organization. And the first thing that I will need to do is to create a dedicated folder for my data. I will create a structure in a local directory called Sales Dashboard. The actual directory will look like this at the beginning. You can see that it only has a CSV file. But the final project structure will look like this. Because CSV file is placed inside public data, this will allow our web app to load it effectively. At this step, it's tempting to immediately ask Claude Code to create a chart, but this often leads to mediocre result and facing many mistakes you can easily avoid. That's why, before writing code, I will ask Claude to inspect the dataset. I will use the following prompt for the initial analysis. And the process of data analysis for mid-size CSV file doesn't require a lot of tokens, so it's worth using the most powerful AI model, Opus 4.8. But this task can be done using the fastest AI model, Haiku, with pretty much the same quality of the output. After the analysis, Claude will identify any problems with the source data or ambiguities it has. In my case, Claude states that the data is good enough for use. It's always a good idea to document the meaning of the data for Claude Code before asking it to do analysis. For example, you can add data.md file that will explain the structure and reference this file in ClaudeMD. This gives Claude Code a source of truth right from the beginning. Step number 2. Choose the chart based on the question you have. You always need to choose charts based on a goal you want to achieve with data visualization. Do not choose charts because they look fancy. Start with the question the visualization needs to answer. Even for simple data sets like the one that I'm using in my example, there are several possible questions users can ask while scanning the chart, and each question leads to a specific type of a chart. If my primary question is how does the revenue change over time, I likely choose line chart because it shows the dynamics, direction, and the shape of the trend. A quick tip: if you have any doubts about the chart you want to use, you can ask Claude Code to suggest the right type of a chart for your data. And here is a prompt I use in my example. And as you can see, Claude Code suggested to use a single series line chart for my task. It also created a nice preview of this chart using the data from CSV. Step number 3. Ask Claude Code to plan the first chart. Now that when we have a clean data and know exactly what we want to see, we can ask Claude Code to implement the first version of our chart. But to make the most of Claude Code, I will switch to plan mode and ask Claude to create a plan for the chart implementation. I will use a pretty simple prompt for this task. Claude will ask a few clarification questions before planning, and at the end of the planning process, Claude will generate a very detailed implementation plan for the chart. When you start reading a plan, you will notice that Claude made a lot of decisions on its own. Why? Because my ClaudeMD was empty. And as you can see, Claude tells me that up front, when it starts working on the plan. It's always a good idea to clearly outline important requirements for the project in ClaudeMD file, such as project technical requirements and data validation loop. Once Claude Code proposes a plan, I can accept it and generate an actual web app with my chart. Because it's a web app, I can open it in a browser and interact with the chart. At this step, the chart contains only essential interactivity, such as hover tooltip with information. But for my chart, I will also want to add a channel filter, a date range selector, a toggle between the chart and table view, so let's add useful interactivity. But when it comes to introducing changes, I strongly suggest asking Claude Code to introduce new features incrementally, one by one, rather than requesting everything in one large prompt. For my example, I will add a filter to the chart so that the user can filter by acquisition channel. And this is the prompt I use. And as you can see, Claude Code added requested feature. One last thing. It's always a good idea to add a design validation loop for Claude Code to minimize the chance that AI will break your design while introducing changes. Your definition of done should always include design validation. And that's all. Let me know what you think about my process of turning CSV file into data visualization with Claude Code in the comments. Thank you!